Yo, what's up, everybody? Geektastic Sci-Fi here on Free X Agents Media on YouTube or on Twitch. You can get us at twitch.tv/Geektastic Sci-Fi. Scrolling at the bottom, scrolling at the bottom, scrolling at the bottom.
Twitch.tv.
So click on that Twitch. Get that Twitch in your life. We are only two right now. But that's okay. First off, can I ask you to show us what you were showing me before we started? You have the instruction manual for it.
So I just picked up this bad boy right here.
Yeah. I can't even read what it says.
Edit Iron Man 04.
Yes.
So it's a pretty cool figure, licensed by Marvel from Sentinel.
Oh, it's a Sentinel one?
Yeah.
I have the Sentinel Wolverine.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, cool. If you guys don't know the Sentinel stuff, they are some really nice detailed figures, like really, really clean, really sharp looking. And you were telling me the story of how this one was one you wanted a couple years ago, and I'll let you continue.
Yeah. So I wanted to get in. I was like, I had the image of it, so I kind of saved the picture on the side on my hard drive. And I think I was in LA. I was in LA for TFCon LA, the first one. And I saw someone was selling it, and I just never got around to going and buying it. And I think the guy sold it. And so I was like, oh, okay, well, I missed out. And so for me, I was just like, okay, let me see if anyone online has it. And I found one on eBay, a used one. And I noticed that at some point, like I had it for like maybe a month or two. And then at some point, the price started coming down and down. I was like, what? The guy's just lowering the price on the thing. So I was like, okay, sure, jumping on it. And I got it, and it's here. Yay.
That's dope.
War Machine.
What'd you get? War Machine?
I got War Machine.
Oh.
And the eyes and the chest light up too. You have to put like little pill batteries in it. And
Is that Hot Toys? No Hot Toys.
No, Sentinel.
Yeah.
Equally as expensive.
But nice. And the fact that it was on eBay and that the price started to drop is something I find interesting.
Just like a bit. Like it was just like it went down like maybe $5 or something like
hey
that.
Man, $5 is $5. That's a beer.
Bet it.
That's true.
That's true.
I fulfilled my duty when I went to go see Iron Man 1, and I just kept yelling out War Machine at the premiere. War Machine! War Machine!
That's funny.
You know what? I'm not even mad though, because no offense to Terrence Howard, but
he fucked up. What?
I mean,
I don't know.
He was okay in the role, but when you see what Don Cheadle's done with it, I feel Don's done a better job as
Terrence wouldn't have gotten his own series.
Right.
I mean, we've been waiting for him to get his own series. Took a little while.
But at least
I think they were
confirmed.
I think there was supposed to be a War Machine movie, and then they kind of like, okay, let's not do that and go in this, and then
War Machine
release all the
movies.
other.
I don't care about Rhodes enough to watch a movie of Rhodey, but show, sure.
No, I mean,
hey, man,
the way I always look at Rhodey.
But let people think that way, because you're getting more screen time on a TV than you are in a movie, so I'm okay with that.
With a movie, you got to make me care, cry, be happy and sad and angry in an hour and a half to 2 hours. And then you got to fully promote it, and it's like, with all the promo, it's like, it's like a black dude other than The Rock in your face 24/7. Like, rural America ain't going to be down for that.
I think it would be fine as a movie. My thing was more the fact that it's just more screen time. I think Real America is ready, because
we'll see when Captain America: New World Order comes. We'll see.
Oh, we don't have to wait for those movies. The Woman King, Black Panther, we've seen them already make money. What we need Sam Wilson to come along and do it for. It's been established that black people are making movies and making popular, well-funded, well-established, blowing up.
We've been doing
records
that since the 90s. And then all of a sudden they just kind of stopped doing it on purpose. They're like, oh no, black people don't go to see movies. What? Since when?
Streaming.
Since when? Man, go when
streaming. Tyler Perry, Medea, a bunch of things. That's when we
I was gonna say specifically
for those movies.
I know that's what I'm doing.
I was gonna say specifically when what was it called again? Civil War came out, and you had that part with Captain America and Spider-Man. Hey kid, where you from? Queens. And then everybody in New York, bruh, bruh, bruh.
All the Spider-Man cosplay started being people in Tim's with the New York map. I was like, come on, you.
Come on. I mean, seriously. Oh yeah. Black people don't go see movies, right?
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Can you believe this? You know, the movie Gangster Squad, they had to change their ending because of the shootout in the movie, and that was like the weekend before the weekend after someone shot up was the third Dark Knight trilogy movie.
Yep.
Remember that? And then Straight Outta Compton comes out, and everyone's like, "Oh, no violence happened at any of those movies.
Whatsoever.
Yeah.
None whatsoever."
Yeah. Straight Outta Compton was so homely, like it was kind of funny.
I'm telling you, man, everyone that went to go see Straight Outta Compton, they were like there after work, they're in their suits and everything, and they're just all prim and proper. And then these loud white kids just like
it's not
late to the movie. All the black people there on time. Like this is gonna be like some Amistad or Roots, something. Like everyone's just there. Everyone's like, all right, we're gonna go see this. Is okay, we're gonna get this good story. And all these like little kids just like they're there late, and a big action scenes happening in the beginning of the movie. Everyone's just looking at them.
I used to work with and currently work with now, but he doesn't wear the hat anymore. A kid that used to, and he's like 10 years younger than me, rocking an NWA hat, and I was like, "Do you know what that means? And if you do, name me 3 songs other than Straight Outta Compton."
Express yourself.
Come with it. Like you're not gonna rock an NWA hat and not name me 3 songs. That's out. Like no. But yeah, I hear you. It's the same kind of. It's the people who rock Van Halen shirts and have not Van Halen, Led Zeppelin shirts and have no idea.
Like, what about the what was it? The Nirvana shirts.
Oh, I got a Nirvana shirt, but I know what's up. Like I got, you know what I'm saying? Like I listened to the album, so I hear.
I mean,
you, but
I would assume people will be wearing them more now because of the Batman.
Right. I would hope so.
Its theme song is some.
Oh man, hilarious. So, what's new, guys?
PK has retired.
Yeah.
They never deserved his ass in the first place.
I mean, I would have loved to get him for one last season here, but no. Yeah.
No, we don't do that here. We're petty here. we don't. Apparently, another player, he had one more game to make it to 1,000 games for the Habs.
Yeah.
And
they were like, nah.
It's just petty like that. Can't even give people the goodness. Like, hey, we're not gonna use you, but here, we're gonna give you some ice time. So yeah, you're 1,000, fine, But
yeah.
Jeez.
I mean, we were trying to figure out his age and like, is it time for him to retire and whatnot?
Do you want to know his age?
Yeah, but 30, I mean,
he's 33, or no?
33.
Yeah, either way, I think it's fine that he's retiring. I know some people are just like, he's so young. I'm just like, guys, this is what age hockey players retire at. Not all of them are these weirdos, Jaromir Jagr, who wants to go till 40 and stuff like that, till their broke ass knees need fucking pins in them so they can walk up and down the stairs in later years. It's like, homie,
man,
that's the thing. That's what
you're
some
probably
people say
outskate
about
some people though.
Yeah, but is Jagger a defenseman? Because as a
is.
defenseman, you get bat up. Like you get,
if I remember, well, let me double check.
But that's the thing. I'm okay with people like when it comes to hockey or any sport, you have two options. Yeah. You can play yourself to death, or you can play until you still feel comfortable, but you got bank.
You're still making something million a year. How many million a year are you making? Like, I'm out after year 3, dog.
Right. What? And especially PK's got the face and the voice for like ESPN and all that stuff. Like, he's gonna be somewhere soon. Like the man doesn't need to keep playing to make bank.
So Jaromir is 50 now.
Womp.
He's only 50 now.
Is he still playing?
He's not. I think he's still playing in his.
No, I mean in the NHL. I don't care about his random little.
Where he's at, he's still playing.
Yeah, good for him.
But he's 50. But like, it's not like, I don't think, to my understanding, it doesn't seem like he was slowing, like he was slowing down, but he wasn't like, oh wow, that's a big slowdown. He was just like, no, I can still play.
No, it's like some people, like my father in particular, if they don't work or do whatever it is that they do, they will crumble quick. And he said it. He's like, listen, I can't stop working because I will die quickly. Like, shit will go down. Things will start hurting. I can't not work. So it's probably the same thing with Jagger. He's like, listen, I need to be playing this sport because I lose this agility and then you're just bad. It's knees, then back, and then hip, then everything.
Look at
that's what I'm saying. Then you
look
can
at like wrestlers that stop working out.
But then you can be PK and your back, your knee, and everything's still fine. And you're
watch
like,
PK, watch.
You know what? I'm good. I'm going to
so
take this bag and I'm going to go into a different industry where I get to sit in a comfy chair, wear these nice ass suits that I've been wearing, and keep talking about the same sport I know everything about because I've been playing it for years.
So Jagger, it's so hard saying his
name. Jaromir Jagr.
Yes, thank you. He's right wing, so no, he's not a defenseman. He's a right wing.
So he probably may not have been so crushed, but yeah.
What all teams did PK play for?
Played for the Habs. He played for
Buffalo,
Nashville, and then he's currently at what do you call them?
The Devils.
The Devils, yeah, New Jersey.
Devils.
Oh man, I don't think I ever watched a game with him when he was with the Devils.
Nope, nobody did.
I think that was in the after times.
Yeah,
that's sad.
But yeah, he's a very good ambassador of the sport.
Yes, that's
just too black for it. That's all. That's it.
I mean, he like it didn't matter. Like I was telling my girl, like anytime he was anywhere, he was just knee deep in it. Like, oh, I'm in Montreal, sweet. I'm in Montreal. Oh, you're doing a broadcast over there in French? Let me go over there. Okay, right. I'm gonna do it. Like he was in it. He went to Nashville. Did he just like hide? No, he put on a cowboy hat, got some cowboy boots, went right into their bar, started singing a bunch of cowboy songs. Come to the games. I'm here. And then guess what? That year he got traded. They were in the finals. They were in the finals, and it was just a sea of yellow people showing up.
It was big. Yeah, I remember.
Why did they trade him? I can't even.
Oh, it was just drama. I think it was a lot of drama in for the Habs and stuff like that. There was like a lot of.
I mean,
it's either. I think he's talking about Nashville. Yeah, who does? It's Nashville.
I think there was something where PK had reached out to somebody he knew on the Devils, and he's like, "Yeah, come over here to the Devils." He's like, "Oh, sure."
Also, like basketball, where it was
Chris something
Bosh,
like that.
Wayne Wade and LeBron were just like, "Hey, you guys want to play together for a while? Yeah, man, I want to play with you. All right, let's go play.
Let's meet up in Miami."
Yeah. So BK was just like, "Hey, man, what's going on in New Jersey? I like being on the East Coast. You know, where there's more of us."
In Jersey.
In general on the East Coast, how many of us do you think there are in Nashville?
I don't know.
There's a lot of rappers out of Jersey.
Yeah, out of Jersey. Exactly. I was
gonna say a lot of Jersey rappers.
Exactly.
Terrible.
What? I'm just saying there is.
It's an accurate statement. How's it terrible?
How am I terrible?
Not you. No.
Terrible that PK wanted to be surrounded by East Coast energy.
And
also I'm saying that.
And also very charismatic dude, always good on the mic. Always like I think my girl and I joked that like can you say that you're Canadian if you say you do like Don Cherry or you don't like Don Cherry? And can you do it? And can you do it?
Don Cherry impression?
Yeah, can you do a Don Cherry impression? So I was like, you know what? They should change our immigration like test, and on the test it should say, "Do you like Don Cherry? Yes, no, or maybe." And then if you put maybe, wrong answer. You have to say yes or no. And then after that, can you do a Don Cherry impression?
I could see PK wanting to take over for the Don Cherry, like the mid-game type thing where he's evaluates the plays.
Get him and Ron McClain together.
Yo, PK and Ron McClain? Like, I'm not mad at that. I would watch that. I definitely watch it more than Don Cherry towards the end, where I was like, man, you're boring. You like Don Cherry got boring because he just had favorites, and that was it. It became a show about his favorite. It's like watching Charles Barkley and them when they talk basketball. Those guys have favorites and will just talk about their favorites no matter how good or bad the favorite is. And that to me is a bad sports commentator. You have to be able to separate yourself from your fandom and actually talk about the game. And Don Cherry wasn't doing that. He was a fan of certain people and actively would talk about those people as if they were gods. And it's the same thing that a lot of sports commentators do. And I think PK would be a little bit better than that because.
Well, I remember my favorite was when he was on Hockey Night in Canada, and I think he was with George Stroumboulopoulos, and he had his loud Don Cherry suit on, and he was imitating Don Cherry, and then he's like, that kid PK, he's not that, he's okay, he's coming along, and then he kind of like leans into George and puts his hand on his shoulder and goes like, but he's no Bobby Orr though.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the joke.
And George lost his shit. He's like, oh my God.
And that's the joke. Because there's always somebody that those guys will always compare every other player to and be like, well, no, it's like, it's no Gretzky, it's no Sidney, it's no Shaquille, it's no LeBron. It's like, yeah, we know these, like we get it. You guys are all on them and you do your thing, but like, come on now.
Jesus. Wow.
It's a boring vibe when you watch some of these commentators, man.
Well, I mean, and also like they're commentating like the game never changed.
Yeah.
The game has changed. Big men don't matter anymore if you're shooting 50 feet outside the perimeter. It doesn't goddamn matter. How you blocking you? Like you just shoot from half court.
No, but for real. Like sometimes you hear the commentators being like, too much flash. It's like, yeah, because these guys are way faster, way more agile. They take way better care of their bodies. Listen, no offense to any of the fans from back in the day. I respect the out of Maurice Richard, but them dudes were working full-time jobs, smoking, and then going on the ice and not able to skate.
Yeah.
Like, do you
remember the Heritage moment?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Man's lifting a couch.
The Rocket was moving furniture and like, yo, you gotta get on the you gotta get on the shift now.
Exactly.
He's like, wait, are you serious? My day off. And he's like, nah, man, you gotta come play the game. It's like,
that's what I'm saying.
And they come back and they pull down. They brought the couch down.
Exactly.
Down.
How are you guys comparing these hockey players? There's no Bobby Orr. Sir, Bobby Orr played in an era where the other people on the ice could barely get down the ice at the same speed as the slowest NHL player today.
To be fair about Bobby Orr, I think the thing that was like amazing about him is that he was a defenseman that could score.
Right. And which was great.
Right. If I remember right. I could be
that
completely wrong.
He's back when they didn't wear helmets, right?
Yeah.
And then Gordie Howe.
Did they check very much back then? No. Gordie Howe. Shouts to Gordie Howe because
he played for a long time.
I know.
If you're talking about Yager playing for a long time. This man played for a long time.
Gordie Howe, I know his great granddaughter. So.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, but that's it. Gordie Howe was the other one that I feel like they would talk about all the time and compare people to. And I remember when I was a kid, Gordie Howe was retired. And I was a kid. Now I'm in my. And I remember watching like less than 10 years ago, and they were comparing someone to Gordie Howe, and I was like, "Sir, didn't this man stop playing hockey in the era? Like a full generation of players have come and gone in the time that this man hasn't been playing. Please update your Rolodex." And even the joke Rolodex is outdated. But that's the point I'm making.
But some records stand, and those people still have them.
I'll give it to them. That's why, and I do find those debates interesting because people will always be like, well, Michael was playing in an era where the other players weren't even half as good as he is. LeBron's playing against people that are on his level, so LeBron's the best player because he can.
The whole league stepped up, and he no.
I'm like,
no. My favorite is those. Was it RD World One guys?
Yeah,
or like. All the time, LeBron's just like practicing. He's focused on something, or he's on cloud nine because he just won the championship. And it's like, yo, LeBron, they pushed off a bunch of like all stars on this one team. What? No. What do you? No.
How are we supposed?
What do you think? I'm Thanos. What? I'm 36.
Yo, they are putting blockades in front of this man, though. It's not a joke. It's like. It's
honestly,
like,
I don't subscribe to the channel. I'm really just like, okay, if LeBron's the best, that's cool. But I'm also not watching basketball now. So,
well, I think my favorite quote, I think it's a quote from MJ. They're like, yo, if it was 90s, your team from the 90s, Bulls versus LeBron and his team now, who would win and by how much? He's like, I think we would win but maybe by like 2 to 3 points. And they're like, wow, like it's that comparable? He's like, no, man, we just old. He's like, nah, man, we just old, man.
Yeah.
Tell him beat up a bunch of old dudes, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll win, but we're not gonna win by a lot. Are you crazy?
It take us a
it.
couple minutes to get warm, and then by
Yeah.
that time it's third quarter, and you're like, shit.
Yeah, don't think that like people that still play pickup games, like old guys that still play pickup games, like they're just bums. Like
Yeah.
they like when you get older, your body's not running at 100% like it used to. So you're gonna like learn, okay, I'm gonna do some oddball shots. I'm gonna start shooting outside the perimeter. I'm gonna start
Yeah.
all right, juke
You
you.
start
And then,
sharpening up the skills you didn't rely on before because you had the athleticism. You start sharpening up on those. And because you have the IQ for the game, you know where you can make the where you can adapt and where your weaknesses are. And that's the thing with younger
still
players.
getting that ass though and sacrifice a Sunday.
Yeah.
I'll ice up my back a full Sunday if you get me mad on the court, and I'll dunk on you, little boy, if I have to though.
Yeah.
Don't think I won't.
They'll bring. Oh no, you're right. You're not wrong. They'll bring it if they have to.
They have to.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I feel like the younger players, and like anything, the younger you are, you can analyze the thing you love your whole life, but until you actually do it in practice, it's not the same thing. And that's why I feel that when people compare some of the older guys to some of the younger guys, I'm just like, hell, even in just society, we understand there is knowledge with age that I feel like some of these older players will just always have. They might not have the athleticism, but they'll be able to read another player better than you can read another player because they've just been doing it longer. They've been watching every movement. And some of y'all telegraph your moves. Like it's like a tell at the table. They can tell how you shift your ankles, how you do this, because they've been watching people do it their entire lives.
What's his name? Dennis Rodman. He would watch games, day-old games, to study. All right, this guy shoots from here. He shoots like this. When he's going to do this, he's going to do that, and he's just getting that all in his head so he can get the rebounds. Okay, I'm going to mess with this guy over here. I'm going to trash talk him over here. He's going to give up the ball right here. Boom, 2 points, 3 points. Kick it up there. Boom, boom. Like he's already formulating stuff. I'm going to get.
He's playing chess. He's playing chess. That's what it was. Like all these older guys were playing chess. And that's one of the things that I wonder about, like the new generation of athletes. Do they know how to play chess on the same level? Or is it that all of them have watched other people play chess and now are immune to it? Because I don't know that there are Dennis Rodmans in the league right now. There are people who will shit talk and play hard, but I don't know that they can get under your skin the way Dennis looked like. Like Rodman looked like he could get the Pope mad. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they may not have the full skill ability, but a lot of what they watched, which would be elitist basketball and them playing chess, is normal everyday basketball to them.
Yeah.
So it's like how when we were coming up, putting the ball between your legs was like bap, 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 bap was new shit. Now that's run-of-the-mill 8-year-olds are doing that.
Exactly.
Like, so that's it. Like it's basically like now a kid, if you can't ball if you can't do cross through the legs and behind your back. When we were coming up, that was like an N1 move.
Right. Which is what I'm saying, that the older guys can read people better because they just, all that stuff is stuff that they played and actually did it. Whereas these kids now are just like, oh, this is base level. So what's the thing you're watching for next?
They make it.
It'd be interesting. I would love to see, I know you could probably try and put all the stats in a machine and have the machine tell you how the game would come out, but it's obviously never the same as unless you actually see these people play. And it would be very interesting to see LeBron versus Michael in his prime. The same way it would have been interesting to see Tyson versus Muhammad Ali in their primes and stuff like that. Because I
know when Tyson, they would talk to Tyson about that. He's like, I wouldn't even be able to touch him.
Right. He moves too fast.
Muhammad is always moving. I have to chase him, and he's got that reach. So like, and Tyson's always like, he's like a student of the game. I think the thing that people don't give him a lot of credit for, he studies. He actually studied. Before we even had YouTube, when he was a custom out would show him films of old fighters constantly. Like imagine that. Back in the day, there was no YouTube. There was no, I'm going to buy this VHS of these old boxers, and you had to like have an actual dude that had that stuff, and you just run in the film on 8 millimeter, and you got to sit there and study that. That's something they don't give him a lot of credit for. That he actually studies people. I remember he was on Arsenio Hall and he was talking about his one man show. And Arsenio's like, yo, man, I didn't even know you could do all that. How'd you even get that good? And he's like, I just watched you and Eddie doing your thing. I just watch you guys do your thing. Anytime you guys had a comment, I'm there and I'm watching. I'm studying. I'm learning how you guys do your thing. And then when I have to do it, I can do it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, a buddy of mine just sent me a link a couple of days ago to a fight, Muhammad Ali in 77. I don't remember who he was fighting, but he ducked 21 blows in 10 seconds.
Is that the one? The guy was the one who's on the corner?
Yeah, and he's like, in the corner and he
does a little shimmy.
Yeah, at the end. Yeah, exactly.
Damn.
He's bobbing, weaving, ducking, moving, and he's moving so fast. The guy is kind of just waving his arms trying to hit him. And I remember when I watched it at first, I was just like, did Muhammad know where the punches were going, or did he just keep moving so fast that the guy didn't know where to aim? Either way, it's impressive. And yeah, I guess that's why Mike, I'm sure these are all things Mike saw and was just like, that's not I don't want to be chasing this dude with all this heavy muscle I had on me. Because that's the other thing. Mike was a big guy. Muhammad was a slender boxer who had a lot of motion and movement to him.
But Mike was very, very fast. Because like you,
yes.
like,
yes.
I mean, like, you know, you might play Mike Tyson's Punch Out on NES. Like that was like, like all of a sudden he's up at you.
Yeah.
You know, if you watch Ip Man 3, Man 3, he fights Donnie Yen in that, and like they pan back the camera and you see him like rushing him, and you're like, I was like, oh my god. I was like, get out of there, Donnie.
Yeah.
Like he could still move like that, but even he says like once that's done, I'm like, oh, like he's just
exactly.
It hurts bad.
All right.
Sports, man. We don't talk about it often, but we have things to say. But yeah, you know,
shout out to PK. I hope we see you on broadcast. Someone has to pick you up. Has to.
Someone out there smart is going to realize what the potential is with PK on their side, especially and also just brands. Like the man does great brand work. Great.
He loves his Weber.
He loves his what?
His Weber.
Yeah. But that's it, man.
Joke.
He's a good ambassador. You're not wrong. So wherever he fits in, he makes it work. I remember when I got to DJ a fashion show, a fashion shoot for him for PSB speakers. And I was just like, they're just like, oh, okay, we're going to have you do this and we're going to have you do this. And he's just like, cool, man. And he's just like doing everything, chilling, listening to music. You know, the makeup girl's like putting stuff on, and I came over and was talking to me about music. We were talking about like what kind of vibe, what he uses to amp himself up. He started telling me about his eating habits before games, and just like he's like, I can't even keep the weight on in the season, man. I try. Like, I actually want to be bulkier, but you skate so much, you burn so many calories in a game that even when I eat this many calories per day, by the end of the season, I lose like 10, 15 pounds easy. And I'm like, God damn. He's just like, yeah, man. You know, eating big pasta meals before games and stuff like that, it doesn't do anything. You just melt it off. I'm like, shit. I didn't even think about stuff like that. So yeah, man, I was sad when he left Montreal, and it's sad that, you know, I don't pay attention to hockey the same way I do as when he was there, because it definitely did mean a lot more to me seeing PK in the uniform. And when he left, I definitely felt hurt because, you know, obviously a lot of the language around him being on the team was coded language, as we know. So his departure kind of felt like, oh, you guys just couldn't handle that he was a talented black man. And so when he left, it was kind of just like, I'm not as interested. You guys are making decisions based on random public. And it's crazy, too, because you hear about how Legault and all these guys are talking about the Habs now. Meanwhile, PK is the first one that would have been like, I'll learn French. I'll learn it. You guys want me to learn Spanish? Let's play this game. I will do it because I like being part of this community. And some of these kids now on the team don't.
That dude who sold them to, he's like, nah, it's not 1970. Stop.
Right.
Yo.
Those kids aren't wrong. Like, I don't need to speak French.
I applauded that guy.
I
was with that.
I mean, you had a guy that did speak French, that was French, and you traded him to LA.
Right?
And then he gets to LA and he's like, wow, I feel way more respected here than I do.
What's this weird feeling when I don't have a microscope over me at all times when I'm playing?
That was oh man, that's super funny. He
That was
needs to learn
super
his
cool
French.
because
No, I don't.
even that same player that's in LA, he sent them the pizza. He's the guy that sent them the pizza when they're on the show.
Oh,
Did you see
okay.
that? So
Is
the
it
two,
is the kid Leclerc? Is that I'm
so
trying to remember.
Sean Caulfield, I think, and Suzuki, so the new captain
Yeah.
for the team. They were on a French show, and then they're like, "Oh, we have a special message," and it was Dano that got traded to LA, and he's like, "Hey guys, I'm very proud. I'm very happy for you because he's their old teammate." So he's like, "I got a little special surprise because his thing was that when they were going off to the finals, he gave Caulfield he's like, yo, get some pizza."
Yeah.
And he gave him a slice of pizza while they're in the press room, just like, "Oh man, we did it on St. John. Oh my goodness."
We needed to.
So he got them 2 pies, basically.
They would have tried to murder us if we hadn't done it. Yeah, man. Montreal, hockey town. I don't know if you guys heard, but they were announcing that Montreal is a basketball city now. That was some. How do you guys feel about? Did you laugh already?
When? How?
Since when?
We got one team in Verdun, and J. Cole came once, and we're a basketball town now. Okay.
I only know we show up when they have the NBA comes down to do one game, and everyone goes because it's the NBA.
No, but we also have I think that farm team stuff that's going on down here too.
I think we do have a few. There's a few players in the NBA that are from Montreal, and they got to
bring players from here that are in the NBA. Yes, and then
Okay, I found the article.
And the farm league.
A declaration underlying the importance of basketball was adopted unanimously by the municipal council. Apologies. On Monday, Montreal Mayor Valerie Plante announced the adoption of a municipal council declaration that underlines the importance of basketball in the city. The mayor made the announcement while highlighting the work of RDS NBA reporter Peter Yiannopoulos as a basketball ambassador for Montreal. The city's new CEBL team, the Montreal Lions, were also the team with the highest attendance in the league last season, a respectable feat considering it was a team's inaugural season.
Yep.
Oh,
so I knew we did have high attendance.
Yeah, we had mad people going there because the games were hype, and then J. Cole showing up to play because he's playing on the Toronto team. So it just
Scarborough.
So that's the team he's playing for. Okay, because I keep seeing articles saying he's playing for a team.
Yeah.
There's Montreal, there's a Toronto team, there's an Ottawa team. It's an all right league. So.
And the thing that I think for Montreal, I don't know where any of the other stadiums or arenas are situated, but ours is right next to a metro.
Ours is dead in.
Yeah, if it wasn't there, it would not.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I feel like the fact that you are right next to de l'Église metro, spitting distance.
Yeah,
we be cheap. We
so
cheap
smart.
here. Cheap.
Yeah.
Cheap.
Yeah. I really wanted to go to a game because I live down the street, and when I went,
they're sold out, man.
Already sold out.
Tickets gone, bro.
I was so mad because I was like, because I actually messaged them originally asking, when do the tickets go on sale? And then they were just like, oh yeah, you got to put some money down first. I was like, whoa, how about y'all tell me the price of how many tickets and get nothing had been announced, and they wanted deposits, and I was like, man, that's some Nigerians print shit. Don't ask me to give you money. Don't ask me to give you money without being able to show me anything. Yes, I know the team's actually there. I know the team exists, but y'all ask me to put money down. I'm just like, nah, you're gonna have to. Yeah, that's how it felt. That's how it felt. I'm sorry. That's how it felt.
Now the tickets are sold out now.
Yeah. I got played. I should have invested in the Nigerian Prince.
You should. But I mean, I'm kind of happy to hear that in the sense of I remember we were talking about this years ago. How would it take to? And they're like, we should get it was only because Toronto won. And then all of a sudden, we're like, well, maybe we should get one.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Slow down.
That was the thing. I don't think an NBA team would survive in Montreal, but I think a CEBL team could do well, and that's okay. And I know
people who buy a season passes, literally buy a season tickets, split them between each other, and they have all the floor seats, and that's what they did for this season.
Yeah, and that's
just to support it, they just bought season tickets.
That's it. I really thought about it because I live a 20-minute walk from there. So I was just like, man, maybe I should get a season pass and then just give it out to people or sell them for different games. And then I was like, I don't think
that's the work. That sounds like work.
Especially because you don't want to like end up with a couple weeks where no one wants the tickets, and you're just like, this is a nice hole in my pocket, just sitting here. Thank you, burnt
This is a nice
money
gym membership. I'm
yeah,
not using.
exactly.
Yeah.
Instead of paying to watch other people play basketball, maybe I pay for a membership, go play some basketball myself. Yeah, exactly. It's true. I don't want to. But
But there are, I would say this, I do notice that there are more basketball courts in the parks now.
Yeah,
There's more there's more actual courts where you can actually go and play some ball there.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're doing something. They're actively, and I know there's a lot more. I think they're looking at more people coming out of Toronto, because I guess they're building it up over there because the Raptors are doing so well and everything like that. So yeah, coming up.
Canadian basketball only has up a trajectory because it's been so low for so long. And no offense to anybody who's been out here playing, but it's just, we all know, like when the hottest player in the NBA used to be Steve Nash. I don't know how many of you were running around celebrating Steve as the great hope for Canadian basketball. I was kind of like, cool. You guys have what? Jordan over there? Oh, cool. Okay, we got Nash. I mean, he's not bad. Like that felt a little unauthentic. Just wasn't feeling the same love that some of these other kids were feeling from repping their own cities. And then all of Canada was standing behind Steve Nash, like, you go, buddy. Not to hate, the man did win. He did win. So respect to him. All right, basketball, soccer. What about we want to talk about the Alliance too, or not? What's our soccer team's name now? Not even
Impact.
No,
Montreal, the Montreal Soccer Club.
Idiots. Why do they? Wow.
Because of all the soccer clubs in Europe, they're all named soccer clubs. So we gotta go in that trajectory and name it just like them.
Who are we trying to impress? It's our league over here.
Trying to impress the Europeans and get them to watch us too.
Sure. Because no offense, but if and it's like asking the Europeans, it would be like if you had European teams for basketball, and you're just like, oh, well, we're trying to get the Americans to pay attention to the London Knights basketball team, sir. We are not all going to start watching the UK NBA or whatever the hell y'all want to call it over there because your team names sound cool like the team names over here. You're not like that's the Montreal Football Club. No, there's no great legacy.
Montreal Knickerbockers made it today.
When they changed the name, I was like, listen,
boys in blue.
Yeah.
Boys in blue and black.
And they,
running on the pitch.
Yo, it was ridiculous. I've never seen a game though. I do want to see a game. That's one thing I would like to do. One summer, watch a game, or 1 year, go to one game for every team, like quote unquote professional team we have, because I think that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
No, you don't. You're not interested.
I went to an
Alouettes game. That was fun.
Yeah, Alouettes. I don't know if I'm about that life. Impact Club Soccer. I'll just watch Arsenal on TV. Like, I'm not really trying to.
Oh, he's an Arsenal man. What's up?
No, I'm not. I'm just naming a team that
I'm quickly. No, I'm not.
No. Don't put me in that category. Soccer people take that shit seriously. They got scars and shit. I'm not playing with soccer people.
I remember an old coworker of mine from one of my first jobs. Like, he was wearing an Arsenal jersey. I was like, oh shoot, you watch this stuff. Like, where do you go and watch it here in Montreal? He's like, I go to a pub. But it's super serious. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, one time some guy came up to me and he was like, oh, and he grabbed his jersey and pinched it like that, like hard. And he's like, what's this? And he's like, and he looked at him, like, stood his ground. And he's like, it's an Arsenal jersey. And the guy's like, oh, okay. And he walked off. I was like, yo, what the hell was that?
Bro.
Sir, do not touch me. What are you doing?
He's like,
aren't there games wild early in the morning too? So you got to get up and have breakfast and watch soccer. Like, I'm not about that conversation.
Yeah, because they're 6 hours ahead, right?
If I could do that for F1, I would.
Oh yeah,
But
you like F1 that much? Oh,
but then
look,
it
that's what I do.
flips, right? Because they have a few races in North America,
Right.
so then they have to get up early and be like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
I gotta watch this Miami race. I don't want to get up. Gotta watch Montreal, man. Gotta watch Austin. Gotta get up early. Yeah, that's how we feel.
F1, eh? Wow, that was out of left field. F1
Yeah.
racing?
I wonder, would I want to go see the F1 game too? Like
That's
F1
loud and
race?
fast. That's just
Yeah.
like,
It's like it's quick, so like, you don't get to really
Oh yeah,
enjoy, but you get to be
Jaws,
there.
have you've been to one?
No, I need to go to one.
Okay.
I want to go to one, at least one, but you need to have the protective ear stuff.
I just want to know how much time do you actually get to see the actual, because like you said, you're sitting in a space that's how many feet away from the track, and old school
It's
math,
fast.
y'all. If
It's
the
fast.
car is traveling at this speed and you're at that distance, your field of vision is this big, and they're going that fast, you're literally only seeing the car for like 3 seconds at a time. How many laps do they do?
50 something.
So you're seeing 3 seconds times 50 something laps.
But keep in mind, it's not. I think if you get a pass, you're there for the practice. You're there for their qualifying, and you're there for the actual race.
You know what? I would only want to watch F1 from a helicopter. Fuck that.
And then,
I want to be able to watch the whole damn race.
And then on top of that, you feel it.
You feel it. Yeah,
you feel it. They're going that fast. You're hearing them, like you're still kind of hearing them with the headphones on, but you're feeling them go like as they drive by. That's feeling it, man. Yeah.
See, you know where I'm not feeling it from? The helicopter. I'm telling y'all, luxury helicopter. Let's make that happen.
I'm not trying to go on no helicopter, man. I'm chilling.
What? Yo, I'd go on a helicopter ride tomorrow if I had a chance.
I'm super good on helicopters.
I'm just interested. Fly a helicopter too.
No, just the whole mechanism of flying them shits where it's essentially just backwards. I'm not down. Like, you gotta pull up to go down. Like fuck off. Like, I'm not trying
well, think of that's most video games.
No, but think of
exactly.
Think of
I don't
stick
do that
as your neck. Think of the stick as your neck.
Yeah,
you don't look down to look up.
I mean, yes.
You don't push your head down to look up.
Exactly.
Pull it back to look up.
Nah.
That's all you remember. It's your head.
Like them planes that is controlled by just like the one handlebar. Like, what, you get the fuck out of here with this? Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. That sounds like
my entire life is in the hands of this goddamn thing you're holding in the middle. Here, take it. No. What do you mean? Like, no. Get some real controls. What do you mean?
So what, you want a full steering wheel with like
bro.
a gear shift and a honk?
Man,
like,
I want to like I need to feel that.
You want to hear a cha-chunk?
Yeah.
Cha-chunk.
You're not giving me a single handlebar with maybe a button on it and telling me, yeah, this is how you flying. Fuck out of here, bro. I hated seeing that in movies where you'd be like, here's an F1 jet and this is the control. You're like, what?
Yeah.
It's like you slightly tilt to the left, the whole thing just goes
right. Like, what are you doing with the rest of the cockpit? That is just for show. That entire grid and all these dials, you're not reading that shit. Like, right. All right, see this control right here? How am I gonna make this go? Okay, we pull back. All right, we go forward, this side, left side. Oh no, wait, sorry, it's the opposite way because video games. So you go this way, you're gonna go that way. No.
It's not the opposite way because of video games. The opposite way because of planes. Because of
Yes,
everything that we
you know
had
what I mean.
before.
It's like when you get the PAL version of a game and they're all telling you to press circle to enter, and you're like, what do you? No, X, no.
You do. No,
curse you, Final Fantasy and Metal Gear. It's goddamn X.
But that's because in Japan, you circle when you're yes, right? You circle something when it's a yes, and you exit when you're a no.
That's why.
That's why.
Oh, interesting.
That's legit why, but only because here they flip it the other way.
Folks, this is why we do a geek
They need
show.
to show you your
else
errors.
would you have learned that
right?
shit?
So, I would not have known that. Good job.
So literally when
right?
you're playing Metal Gear, that's like the only, when you're doing compliance on that game, that's the only game they're like, okay, no, we'll we won't change it. We just leave it because Kojima's just that hardcore about it. He's just like, no, you're gonna keep it like that, man. It's like, I don't know, man,
because sometimes I'm trying to get in the game, and many times I'm exiting back to the main screen because I'm pressing X. And
yeah.
Like, and you're like, getting all mad. Like,
well, yeah, but that's intentional only because he's like, I'm Japanese. You circle yes, and you cross off no.
Damn. We gotta point out our errors and circle them with a big red circle. Look at us. Look at us pointing out flaws. Huh. So twisted.
I remember learning that, like when we were back
Where did you learn that?
I know, I was just gonna say,
game
testing.
All right. Okay.
Oh.
I used to talk with the compliance guys, like, yo, how come this is? And it's like, oh, it's just certain Japanese games they'll leave it alone, like specifically Kojima games, because that's how he is.
Yeah.
I do like that Jaws actually learned stuff at his job, unlike most people who are just like, hey, I got a paycheck, I'm good, let's go. Jaws is out here asking questions like, hey guys, I had a ninja. Meanwhile, the rest of us are just like, hey guys, can you do the thing and get me the money so I can get out of here today? I want to go
home. That's only like most people when they get to like year 4 of their job.
Yeah, true.
First 2, 3, 4, 5 months, you're trying to learn everything. You're being that guy. The minute you get past that year and somebody pisses you off once, you're like, fuck this shit. It takes one dickhead to piss you off once at or your new or current job, and it's just like, all right,
you're like, I'm over this.
You turn around, look here, you little shit.
Now look at here. Oh man,
I might not have the seniority, but I'll still whoop your ass.
What was that line from Stanley? This is a typical running out the clock play. Like I think it was Ryan. Ryan's like, oh, if we could just make up a system and we could get this done really quickly. He's like, this is your standard running out the clock play. We ain't doing work.
Yeah.
It's just like, nah, we're gonna milk this.
That's so funny.
Sometimes it's just what you have to do. Man, we didn't even start talking about shows yet. I don't know about y'all, but I watched Andor.
Oh man, I saw they put out 3 episodes of that shit. They really want me to care that bad, eh?
Yeah. Well, essentially, I feel like they decided
they really want me to care about a man who's already dead in my eyes. Okay.
Hey man, can you go back and watch all the other stuff with what's his name?
Han Solo.
Han Solo. He's dead. He did.
Yeah, but at least he didn't die before and then show me a bunch of stories in the dumb. Like what? Anyways, you watched Andor.
Well, I feel like Andor is finally giving you the Han Solo movie or series you always wanted, because this dude is Han. He's like smooth talking people, and like, you know, he owes money to some dude. Dude shows up with another big dude. He sweet talks other big dude like, you're working for him. He's just like, stop talking to him. He's just like, homie, what is going on with, like, he's just playing it real smooth, fast, and loose. And you start to get the sense of like, oh, this is the Han story that they always wanted to tell, where Han was supposed to be a scoundrel. Like, that's the thing. And Han shot first. And in this show, homeboy shoots first. There's a scene where like some shit pops off, and he's just like, sorry, man, I'm not playing. This is not a game. I need to survive. And he starts shooting folks, and you're just like, oh, you're not a hero. And I said to my partner, not all the people who want. Oh, sorry. This is what I said. And sometimes bad people do not want to live under tyranny either.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, you can be a bad person and also be like, yeah, but the system is even worse than what I'm doing. I'm a drug dealer, but you guys y'all are monsters. Like, and that's what I feel this show is about. Like, that's the sense I got, where homeboy's just like, they keep giving you flashbacks to when he was a kid. Obviously something happened. I only watched the first episode, but they're really trying to like connect you with him so that you feel for him. He seems lost, but like, especially the interaction with the first two guys that like confront him. He walks into a bar type situation. He's not talking to those guys. He's not interacting with those guys. He's not bothering them, but they are picking on him. He's having a drink. He turns around. He's talking to someone. The girl that he's talking to, the two guys start yelling, "We were here first. Why aren't you helping us?" They're just like, the girl's just like, "Yo, wait for the next person. It's all good." He keeps going. He's talking. He turns around. He's having his drink. The two guys at the bar are like, "What's so funny?" He's just like, no smile on his face, says, nothing funny. They're just like, what's that supposed to mean? So it's like, wait, what? So if he smiles, if he doesn't smile, so you got, obviously you can tell these dudes just want to fuck with him. They just want to have the fight. That's what's going on. And that's what I liked about it in that first episode, that you're like, this dude's not necessarily a good dude or a bad dude, but these people are fucking with him. And then when he starts, when things start popping off and people start getting shot, you're just like, I mean, I would feel bad for them, but obviously they wanted to have this altercation, and it is what it is. You start a fight, you got to be willing to deal with the consequences. Right. But at the same time, you see him also playing slick and making moves, and you're like, oh, but you do have a bad side where you've pissed some people off, and you're not necessarily a good guy who was in a bad place in the first scene. You might also just be a bad guy who happened to meet worse people, which, again, like I was saying, those who are part of tyranny, because the first two guys are, like, I don't know, the police force of that planet that you find out is a whole corrupt business and blah, blah, blah.
Jeebus.
Yeah. So that was just the first episode. I'm interested in seeing it, seeing where it goes.
I hope they don't try and do no season 2 or 3 of this shit, because it's like, guys,
there is a season 2.
Man.
We already, that we already knew. We already knew there's a season 2.
Star Wars, stop that right now.
Oh, and there's a new droid that you knew people were gonna. There's a red droid with a yellow back wheel, and he's not a usual droid. He's like a droid in a box, and I was like, man, Disney's out here really trying to make these toys.
But not telling you that they're trying to make these toys, because they can't do that anymore.
No, we can't tell you.
This is a 1980s thing, but yeah. Speaking of which, Disney, I recently opened, because I bought them a while ago. I recently opened my Bad Batch figures.
Oh.
Black Series makes some garbage toys, boy.
Oh no!
Wow.
Really?
Those are like, for these to be the same price, and now almost maybe the secondary line after Marvel Legends that they put their focus in, and it's been around a minute, and they spend all their money on like face scanning and all this, like, Black Series toys are bad. Like, bad. Like why? Like, why do they?
Like bad joints, can't place them.
The articulation isn't good. There's no ankle pivot. It's just, there's no reason for it to be that bad when you literally have something. When you're in the same company that has G.I. Joe Classified and Marvel Legends, which Classified is outdoing Marvel Legends now, but then Black Series came after Marvel. Y'all should just be trading tips and engineering and such, because there's no reason I'm paying the same price for this as I would a Marvel Legends, and it's garbage. Like, it's not garbage, but it's like, come on, guys, like, really? This? So anything Star Wars where they're like, we're gonna make new toys, and I kind of cringe a bit, because I'm just like, but how many times is it gonna take them to get it right? They've put out several Mandalorians, more than several Mandalorian and Grogu's, like, we're only going to season 3 now. So they gave you that first suit, then they gave you the Beskar, then they gave you another one with Grogu, then they gave you another one with Grogu from the ice episode where the spiders and shit, and then they're putting out another one, a 2-pack with him, Grogu, and Ahsoka. Like, Black Series, come on, man. Yeah.
The Black Series is the one that also did all the figures from like all the previous movies and stuff, like,
and they just re-released Rogue One figs because they got better face scanning. So they're like, we're just gonna put these all out again. Fun fact: Black Series is the only HasLab to ever fail a HasLab and not get back.
Oh, really?
Yep. Is that the Rancor or the other one?
The Rancor.
Didn't they do the barge? Jabba's barge, or
they did Jabba's barge, and it got funded, but it's the only HasLab to get like they tried and they failed. Everyone else,
no one wanted the Rancor.
Yeah, everyone has always backed everything else, but this one they're like, yeah, no.
I think it was the way they rolled it out. I think if I remember right, like the extras they rolled out, like
the tiers were pretty bad. And it was really expensive, kind of like the tiers they're doing for this Robbie Reyes car that they just announced.
Oh yeah.
And mad people are mad and being like, you're a shill if you support Hasbro. I'm almost like, listen, buddy, like, Hasbro,
where are you gonna get this car from? Like, if Hasbro doesn't make it, who's gonna make the car?
Are you gonna make it? No. I see a perfectly fine Charger that has some articulation and some metal pieces to it that I would like to use for Blade or whoever else. If I want to.
That's
if
true.
I want to. And
Get
if
that
I want to
car.
use a Robbie Ray's car, sure. Let's see which characters they're going to release with him. Because I mean, it is $399 or $350
Yeah.
US
Yeah.
dollars.
I liked it when I saw it. For anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about,
Yeah.
check out because I think you even posted about it in your stories.
I posted on my stories on my feed, and it's on HasLab. You check or Hasbro.com, you'll show it. But it's literally like a, I don't know, 7-inch articulated car that has fully movable parts, and you can go inside and out of it with a figure. It's nice. And usually
With a big
and when you add all the flames to it, that actually looked really
and they
good.
light up and everything lights up and it looks cool.
That did look good.
Which is great. However, with that currency, the immediate conversion, anytime I see something over $200 US dollars, I'm just like, that's like $500 Canadian.
Yeah.
Somebody's
Easy.
Somebody's getting.
Yeah, hell yeah. We getting that's for damn sure.
And they never, and that's one thing that really used to bother me, because I remember that one time our dollar got close, almost on par with theirs, and they didn't adjust anything for that time period.
They're like, this ain't gonna last.
Yeah. And it was just like, guys, you gotta, because it was like a good couple months that our dollar was close enough that
you could adjust.
Yeah, like it was like
it was cheaper going to the States and buying stuff.
Yeah.
Wasting your gas, wasting your time, buying it, coming back, probably paying the duties on it.
Yeah.
It was still cheaper to go to the States. That's how bad it was.
Nah, we're not gonna price match anything. And then on the back end now, things are just like ridiculous, and you're just like, y'all couldn't have given us a break for those 2 seconds so that with these insults prices don't hurt as much, because you at least on the other side sometimes help us out.
What I love is that now in the States you hear, and I'm not talking about little cries, you're hearing grown men cry about a $24.99, a $25.99, sometimes $30.99 for a figure, and I'm just like, you bitch ass, like that's such a like, obviously the currency conversion is different, but for me, I'm just like, boy, that's what we started at, man. You guys are lucky out here with your $19.99. I have never seen no 19. I came in this game with $29.99, good sir. I'm sitting chilling playing a good fitted hat $35.99 for these figs right now, and you guys are crying about 24. Are you serious? You're still making more, you're still getting more bang for your buck than we do.
Yeah.
Still, no matter what. Are you serious? It's super funny. So funny. Oh well, don't back it if you want. I might go and get it because they're releasing Mephisto with this thing.
I saw that there,
and you can't release okay, this is a fun fact. You can't release Mephisto in any other way. They can't just put out a wave and have Mephisto in it, because he's technically the embodiment of Satan.
Is that why they
if you want Mephisto, you're gonna pay this money
for reasons? Yes, that's why they can't put out Mephisto, just for those like little side, like, hey, we might get hit for this, little tiny things that they rather be careful for, instead of spending $1 million and $2-3 to mass produce a Mephisto figure just for the Church of Latter-day Saints to be like, no, get out of here with that.
It's funny. I would love to see them still like come at them and be like, how can you do this? Think of the children. Oh, your children's got $500. Well,
no, I'm pretty sure this is aimed at
you're buying $500 figures for your children. Like, listen to what I just said. You buying figures for your kid for $500.
Yeah. So this is more of an ode to Ghost Rider, not so much like a Robbie Reyes thing. So I feel like they put out Mephisto first just because they got so much like, kickback for the pricing. I feel like they're gonna put in Donnie. Is it Donnie? Not Johnny Blaze. The other. Who's the second one?
Catch.
Vengeance?
Yes, Donnie Catch. I think they're gonna put in Catch because we've gotten so many Johnny Blaze figures, whatever, and maybe even like a Blaze like human form or something with another bike. Because for $300, you ain't just giving me a car.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, I got Galactus coming, and that's like 5 something, but at least it's like Galactus. Ridiculous. That's like it's ridiculous, but it's also like a small toddler. Right?
Yeah.
Like, it's easily going to be something that little Andrew's going to use to like walk around with, and probably even, use to stand.
Learn to dance with it.
She'll use it to stand or something. Like, I'm not worried about that. But like,
my first dance partner was Galactus.
Yeah, it's worth that. That's worth it. But for a car, I don't know.
Galactus, the best villain. All other villains. I have reasons. You've
Yeah.
wronged me. Galactus,
Well,
man, I'm hungry.
Yeah,
Right?
Let's go
I'm
find
just
this
here to eat.
place.
I'm
Oh
just here to eat.
no, I won't let no one else mess with you. I'll be good at some points, so get out of here.
Yeah.
You know, but I will eat them, not you.
I
Only
will
I.
save you. Remember when I said I'll eat you last? I lied.
I lied. Ah man, She-Hulk, huh?
Yeah. How you feel about that? The nods at the end. A lot of
Loved it.
multiversal crossover. A lot, everything that whole episode. All I cared about was the sneakers in the app
Yeah.
in the like animated thing, and the Daredevil helmet. That's it. Everything else, I was just
That episode made me laugh quite a bit. The Avengers stuff I died
Yeah.
for
that was
because
good.
it's really straight up some AliExpress stuff that they were just like, yep.
No, but even better though. Now they own the rights to even their own
Avengers.
bootlegs.
Right.
Like,
So
that's,
you can't even do that.
God.
Like Avengers and
so
Avengers.
smart.
That's
Yeah.
so smart. They're like, you guys think you're gonna get us? No, you're gonna have to spell Avengers differently or just call it like Vengers or something. But yeah. So good. I'm excited. I'm just excited. People are a little mad. They're like, where's Melvin? Melvin's not making all the costumes for everybody.
Yeah.
Melvin's a criminal. Melvin went back to jail.
Yeah.
That's where Melvin is. Sorry, guys. Sorry, you haters that somehow every time they try to put someone that isn't you guys have so many little backdoor reasons to get mad at things when it's really just like he's black. Just say it. Just say it.
Yes.
I really wish they would just say it at some point instead of being like, why isn't it Melvin making the costumes? What happened to Melvin? This guy's too showy. This guy's too loud.
Also,
Blah,
Melvin
blah.
is Melvin in LA?
Exactly.
Wasn't Melvin in New York, dude?
No, but see, that would be logical, Brian.
Yeah.
Logic doesn't make sense, you know.
Like, hey, there's a guy on the West Coast who also makes costumes.
Yeah.
It could be anyone. No.
Nope.
Where's Melvin? But Melvin doesn't live in New York, in
Nope.
LA. Yeah, but it has to be Melvin. But okay.
Why?
If we did make it Melvin in LA, you would complain, but Melvin doesn't live in LA. So we don't make it Melvin, and you complain, where's Melvin? Listen here, motherfucker.
Actually, they probably wouldn't complain that he's in LA. They'd just be like, well, that's inaccurate, but that's okay because it's still Melvin. She-Hulk's a girl. Why is it a girl Hulk? And they go back to that.
Anytime Poochie's not on screen, someone should be saying, "Where's Poochie? Where's Poochie?"
Poochie. That was great. I loved Poochie. Hey guys, I have to go back to my planet, Poochie.
I have to go back to my home planet.
And they flip the page. Oh, it's so good.
Good stuff.
Yep. That episode itself, man, you know. Oh, actually, no, it was good because Homegirl saved her at the end, and then she embarrassed herself to win that case. But that lawyer, she's amazing.
Yeah, wow. Mallory Brooks.
Wow. Yeah,
that actress is wonderful. Originally on, she did what? Lin-Manuel. Oh, Hamilton. She was in Hamilton. That's it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Isn't she like 50?
Yeah, I think she's also done like a whole bunch of acting.
Yeah,
but I know
like
she was
stuff.
in Hamilton.
Not just Hamilton.
She did a whole bunch
just
of
because,
acting.
like, if you think of what was one of the biggest things, she's an original Hamilton cast member, which is a pretty big deal.
Okay, that is pretty big.
Because I know people like look up to the fact, like, oh, you're original cast for that. It's like, oh, okay.
Oh, she's original cast. Okay, then you get
yeah.
And now you just want to have a cushion in your life, so you sign on to Marvel. Come on, you see, that's how you get. That's what you got to do. I don't want to really work anymore.
Bags. Take them back. That's all it is. That's all it should be. With Disney and Marvel, you're just like, I'm a trained actor who can do the simplest or the most extensive things. What do you want me to do? We want you to play a lawyer. Cool. How many bags are you giving me? 4 bags. Let's go. Like, give me them bags. I will just, like, also on top of that, they have you wearing some of the most amazing outfits, like the wardrobe section. And we know some of y'all steal those outfits.
No, they just let them keep it. What do you mean? It's like, it's fitted to you. What are you going to do? Sell it? Fucking keep that shit.
Quote unquote, keep it.
Yeah.
They actually do sell that stuff. I once got the link to the auction for the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. one.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know how I found it, but it was like the auction for all the clothes from the show, and it's just like, oh shit, this is crazy. I
It's
almost tried to get one of the badges.
Okay,
like,
the badge would be cool. Flannel shirt
Yeah.
for like $900 because someone
Exactly.
just wore it. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah,
Phil
'cause some of
Coulson's shirt.
Yeah, some of these fans get real crazy and start putting in bids that I'm like, well, I wasn't gonna put that much money on a badge. Calm
Some of
down.
these fans don't have social lives, and then you probably can
Yeah.
tally all the beers they don't buy, and you're like, yeah, you would buy a $900 shirt by Phil.
Yeah.
I wonder if like Agent Coulson would be like Captain America, Steve Rogers, $1,000.
$1,000. Yeah.
$1,000.
Madness. Insane, I say insane.
Yeah. What was the other thing that you guys were watching lately?
For me, there was a Love is Blind season 2 After the Altar.
Okay.
So that
More
showed
of that
up.
all the couples from season 2 broke up.
Oh, flip.
Oh, why'd you just ruin the whole thing?
Well,
No, there was two that got
they're
married. There was 2 that got married, and at the end of this 3-episode thing, they just do a little blurb that said, "Oh, these 2 that were together during this time that we filmed, they
Yeah.
since dissolved their marriage." And you're like, "Aw." So in the end, you learn that the experiment did not work. Except
shocking.
2 people. Except 2 people that kind of got together outside of the whole thing. So when they got everyone back, the only person that they didn't check in on was Sheikh, the Aziz Ansari guy.
Yeah.
Oh man.
The one that
Super
everyone
shallow.
said, please stop being you.
Yeah. they did not bring him back for that at all.
I like Shake. I don't
But
know why everyone
the
hated
black
him.
couple ended up breaking up, but not on the camera thing.
Yeah.
And the other married couple that got married, where the girl kept starting fights out of nowhere.
Which girl?
Natalie?
No, that was the Asian girl, Danielle. Danielle and Nick. Is it Nick? Yeah, anyway.
All right.
And I also listened to Jennifer Lewis on Questlove's podcast. It was really good. 2 or 3-parter. And like she was mostly doing most of the talking, if anything. And even Questlove was like, I normally have questions, and this time I was quiet. And normally in an interview, they try to make the interviewer tries to like ask a question that will like get a really great emotional response from the interviewee, but it's the other way around. So like Jennifer like hit him with some wisdom, and he was just taken aback. So yeah, listen to it. It's really good.
Nice. All right. Check that out. I will definitely check that out. Anything else?
Anything else on my end? I think I heard a song from this band called August is Falling. Check it out.
Okay.
It's super nostalgic, emo punk, like from the 2000s, kind of silly stuff, but yeah, pretty interesting.
Okay. All right. Well, for me this week, I didn't really watch too much. As I mentioned, She-Hulk, and I'm still trying to catch up on House of Dragons or the House of the Dragons. Gaming wise, not much. Toys, I mentioned that. Yeah, that's seemingly it.
Okay.
You have any geek rumors and such? I don't believe we do.
No, I don't think I have much. Nothing really on the geek side. I mean, there's if people care about video cards, what do you call them? Nvidia released their new 4000 series of cards. They are hella expensive. They're right at the $1,000 range. One of their board partners, EGVA, said they're not making their cards anymore. They said screw them. They're disrespecting us. So that was some drama in the really like geek computer news kind of sector. But other than that, I don't think I really have. GTA 6 got leaked.
Yes, was that actual true footage?
Yep.
That looked crazy.
Yeah, so some dude just managed to get in and hack them and get that information out there, and they're like, yes, that's real stuff. Rockstar was not happy about it, obviously, because you don't want that information getting out there.
I mean, it looks kind of sick. Like that didn't look. It looked. You know how GTA always had that like cartoon look to it.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, well, they did away with that. Now it looks like Red Dead. I'm like, oh crap. I don't need that. No,
Also,
too real.
Also, I think Nintendo had their Nintendo Direct a few weeks ago or last week, and then Sony had its State of Play, and then a few other things came out. I'm more interested in the Yakuza series that Sega's doing. They're changing the name from Yakuza to Like a Dragon because that's the actual name in Japan. And they're coming out with Yakuza 8. They're coming out with a side story for the main character of the original Yakuza series, but in 8 it's supposed to be Kiryu and the new guy teaming up to just beat up a bunch of people.
Okay.
And then there's a side story, Kiryu, where he kind of runs away to he leaves to a monastery, and he's known as Juryu, and like he has like this like thing that he has to go do. Like they're like, you know, we know this is not actually a monastery. Like we have something for you to do for us. And he's like, all right. And they're remastering one of their games for PS3 called Ishin, which is they take all the character models from the Yakuza series and then they put them into like Edo, like late Edo Japan era, and tell like a whole story like that.
Shit.
So that's a remake. And so the only reason Sega, like originally people wanted that game to come out here, and Sega was like, I don't think the West would really care about playing as, you know, samurais with guns and stuff like that. I don't think we would really care. No. And then they saw how well what was that game? Ghost of Tsushima, and they're like,
okay.
Word? You guys like that? Okay, yes. Well then here you go. And everyone's like, yeah, give it more.
Yep. Some of the best combat in that game. Really great. Yeah. Really fun game.
So yeah, lots of good stuff. They showed off new God of War, more God of War stuff, Ragnarok.
That should be exciting. I'm excited. So many things.
Yep.
Well, I guess we'll wrap it there.
Okay.
But since, you know, usually Brian is the one to do that, but he had to dip out early. So I don't have the whole giant segment in that, but I will just say that thank you guys for watching. That was another episode of Geek-tastic Cypher. As we say every week, Brian says something very insightful about wearing your Jimmy hats and all that good stuff. But is there anything that we'd like to promote between the two of us? Myself, you can check my channel, YouTube, Action Figgy Skinny, IG Skinny, Chop Vision Sundays at 7. My man here, Jaws D. You can check his Transformers Slag.
Check out Transformers Slag.
Yeah, and
on YouTube.
There you go.
When? YouTube's. Oh, every day.
Every day.
Every day there is a segment out, and Saturdays are the live stream, if I remember right.
That is pretty awesome, actually.
But yeah, it's like, you know, little top stories is every day. You get a little bite of Transformer news, whatever's happening or whatever's going on.
That's wild that Transformers has news every day.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's wow. Transformers.
If Hasbro has news, we got news.
True that.
They always have news.
So yeah, we'll be back next week, everybody, at our same regular time. And thank you all for watching. See y'all next week.
Peace.
Peace.